Okay, quick guide for Alleria. This is the day one strat. This is what I could gather in the couple hours I had before raid today to figure out what we're gonna do on normal. So let's just get right into it. Phase 1, there's 3 ads around the room, Morium, Demiar, and Vorelis, and then Alleria is chained into the center of the room. The goal of this phase is to kill all 3 ads, and that triggers the phase. We're gonna start on Morium. Everyone is gonna be DPSing Morium. If you're a cleave class, you can kind of chill here and cleave between Morium and Demiar. Just don't get too close to Demiar during his interrupt cast. It will kick you for like 5 seconds, so just watch that. It's a 40-yard range. There's going to be these little void droplet ads that spawn all over the arena while we're in this phase. These need to be grouped up under whichever ad we're killing. If you get one on you and you're out here in range, just run to the boss, okay? Don't chill out here letting it melee you. Herbs only has so many taunts. This is going to be Herbs. He only has so many taunts. You need to bring these to the boss. When they die, they drop a puddle. Do not get hit by the puddle. The puddle needs to hit the boss, and it'll make it take more damage, and it stacks. To actually kill this guy, it needs to get hit by Silver Strike Arrow. So Alleria, a certain amount of time into the fight, is going to target 2 players with Silver Strike Arrow. It goes through you. You can be wherever, as long as you are in a line between Morium and Alleria. So you could be behind the boss. You could be here. As long as it's pointed at Morium, it'll kill him. We can do full damage to this guy, but he'll hit 0% and won't die unless he gets hit by an arrow. If you're, able to, since it's 2 arrows per phase, if you see one already targeted here, and you want to be a good, hero player, you can aim it at one of these other guys. They only have to get hit by 1 arrow for the entire phase. So we get 2 per set. Try and hit one that hasn't been hit yet if you can. Yeah. So after we kill this guy, Herbs is going to move over to Demiar, just like the rest of the raid. We're going to be tanking Demiar. This guy does some damage cast as well as an interrupt at the end. It's called like interrupting shout or something. Just don't be casting at the end of the cast bar. You don't want to get interrupted. We're killing this guy. We're killing void droplets underneath him. We're hitting him with Silver Strike Arrow. And then we go to the last one. This one, anyone within 15 yards does 70% reduced damage. Sucks. Melee, deal with it. More void droplets underneath him. Kill him. Another very important mechanic that happens during all phases of this fight, and I'll show you in this video, is players are going to get targeted by this. It's like it's a puddle that has 3 obelisks around it, and I know he gets targeted by it right here. So this puddle spawns on you, and there's 3 obelisks around it with these arrows pointing out. Now this doesn't work like a normal, targeted blaze line ability. Basically, when you move out, you're going to be standing here, and see how the lasers are pointed in the opposite direction of you? They're like mirroring off you. You can see on him as well, there's like 3 little lines right here that are showing where it's aiming, and then the big ones off the side. These little lines also do damage. So whenever you get targeted by this ability, you're going to have a circle on you, right? And there's going to be the 3 obelisks around it. You need to move towards the middle of the room. Every time you're moving towards the middle of the room, all right? You move towards the middle of the room. The lasers are going to point like this. And you need to be standing on the edge of this puddle. Do not go further until the mechanic resolves, because you're going to hit people who are, if there's anyone standing like here, they're not going to be able to tell, but there are lasers coming out of you, and you cannot see them. So you need to be standing right on the edge of the circle until the mechanic resolves. That's going to be one of the deadliest mechanics throughout this entire fight. So just remember, if you ever get targeted by this, you're always moving towards the boss and standing on the very edge of the puddle. Okay, intermission. After we phase, she's going to tilt the entire platform, and we're going to start sliding in a direction. There's going to be these void puddles that spawn on the ground. She's also going to be shooting Silver Strike barrages from herself. You need to get hit by these. These have to hit you. You're getting a stacking void debuff on you throughout this entire intermission that does a lot of damage. You need to be standing inside a line and getting hit by as many of these as you can. I know it's counterintuitive, but you want to get hit. Phase 2. So she's going to spawn a Rift Simulacrum of herself. She cannot be close to her Rift Simulacrum. Alleria is going to be tanked sort of here in the middle. The Rift Simulacrum is going to be tanked towards the edge. Whenever we need to do the taunt swap, we are going to stay where we are and just swap the bosses. So the bosses are going to be swapping positions throughout the fight. We want to try and keep most people on the Rift Simulacrum, even though they share HP, because it regularly gets an absorb shield that starts pulsing damage that we have to break, so that they continue sharing HP. We're going to be starting along one of these cracks on the ground and moving counterclockwise as these void puzzles start spawning under people's feet. So you don't want to be standing way out here and spawn a void puddle in front of us in our rotation direction. You want to be between the bosses or clockwise of them, so that we can move counterclockwise around the arena. The most important thing that happens during this phase is called Ranger Captain's Mark. This targets 3 players and creates a ricochet arrow between them. Now, this needs to hit every single person in the raid. So you can see it here. It targets Ogles, Daryl, and Squishy. You see this line drawn between them. Everyone in the raid wants to get hit by this. It's the same as intermission. You have a void debuff on you that you need to get rid of. You want to get hit by this. So you're going to draw a line between Alleria and the Rift Simulacrum, and whoever's at the end wants to be standing like behind the Rift Simulacrum. But basically, if you're not targeted by this, you want to get hit so that we can cleanse the debuff. That's like basically the entire mechanic of the phase, is we're rotating around the arena, dealing with those Ranger Captain marks, and yeah, that's it. The second intermission works very similarly to the first intermission. We're going to be gathering in whatever quadrant of the arena that the most players are in. We're not going to be crossing any of these boundaries because the platform is literally breaking apart. So we're staying in this quadrant, and we're going to be sliding again, but now there's these balls that are rotating instead of there being like puddles to avoid. But just like the first intermission, we want to get hit by the Silver Strike arrows. That's the entire intermission. After an intermission, we start phase 3. Phase 3, we have 3 quadrants of the arena to play on. It's very simple. Basically, there's only 2 mechanics that happen the entire phase. 3 players are targeted by aspect of the end, which is this tether to the boss. The tank is included in this, so it's 2 non-tank players in the tank, the active tank. You need to break this tether. We need to break them one at a time. The tank is always going to go last. Breaking the tethers causes group damage and knocks you in the air, so we don't want to break them all at once. So basically, the 2 non-tank players are going to break theirs first, one at a time. Take it slow. Watch the raid's health. Do not kill the raid. Make sure you're watching the raid's health. And then the tank will break the final one. The off-tank needs to taunt before this break happens because it makes you take increased physical damage for the duration. The taunt swap basically needs to happen like right as the tether goes out. There's also the obelisk mechanic again. Players are going to get targeted by the puddles. You need to move towards the middle of the arena and stand on the very edge of the circle. So you're shooting these lasers. See how this guy goes into the raid? He's going to hit a bunch of people here with his lasers. He needs to be standing on the edge of the puddle. Periodically throughout the phase, she's going to make one section not playable anymore. You can see that here. And there are these feathers around the room. These feathers give you like a big jump boost. So if you don't have an easy way to cross, you grab a feather and then you just jump across. It gives you a big jump boost. See? He jumped across after grabbing a feather. We're going to be rotating counterclockwise again, not like this video. Just like in the previous phase, we're rotating counterclockwise. Okay? Just follow the raid. That's the whole phase. And then that's the end of the fight.